Hi there, welcome back to It's Only Paper. I'm Lisa, and today I'm going to be giving you a flip through of my journal. I'm still not entirely sure what to call this journal. I'll chat about that with you throughout the video. But the last flip through that I did seemed to go down really well, even though the journals aren't completed, and I loved your suggestions for doing a flip through as to just my current journals that I'm currently working on despite them not being completed. So that's what I'm doing today. This started out as an art journal for my word of 2020, which was push, but I only did a couple of pages. I think I did a video actually of setting up the journal, so I will leave the link to that right down below for you. It started off as a cheap notebook, just, you know, a normal notebook that you'd buy. I think it was about £2 from Tiger with the navy blue fabric cover, which I've then added my word of the year. I think it was, do you know, it might have even been, no, it was 2020. And I really like that. I thought that was really pretty. I've left it, oh, I've even got the sticker there on the back. Let's take that off. But I like, oh, so you can see where I had painting that on it. I really love this journal. It's quite bulky. What I did was tear loads of pages out, and then because they are just super thin pages, I've then glued loads together just to give me a good solid base to create on, because I do quite often use a lot of paint, mixed media, that kind of thing. So we're going to start through this book. The reason I don't know what to call this journal is because it started off as an art journal. I've then done creative journaling. I've done a little bit of junk journaling, but my style seems to have really evolved lately, and it's kind of combining everything. It's a bit of art journaling, junk journaling, creative journaling, and in a previous video I spoke about freedom journaling. I don't know if I've made that up or if it's a thing already, but I just thought it's the type of journaling where you just do what you want to do. If you want to add some junk from something that's come through the door or a leaflet or something, but if you want to do a little bit of mixed media with it, if you want to add your current scrapbooking papers or any other current stash, that's totally fine too. Go through your old stash. That's what I'm doing loads at the moment. Find bits and pieces, use up your washi, just use what you want to do what you want to do, and don't be ruled by rules. Basically, do what you want to do. That's what I am enjoying the most at the moment, and like I said, I'm calling it freedom journaling. So this is a freedom journal, I guess. It's like a creative come art come junk journal, a little bit of everything. So I started off using it like as an art journal, and this was all, like I said, to basically I was journaling each week, and yeah, January 2020 I started it. And it was just like to almost like de-stress, just play with things, play with stash, do some doodling, but also then focus on goals and what I want to do. This is really interesting actually. I've put here, I really want to end 2020 feeling like I had an amazing 2019. So 2019 was so nothing-y. I want to thrive, achieve, and feel like I've done something that really matters. I really need to push myself out of my comfort zone more, push myself to do things I may usually shy away from, push myself to speak to others. It won't come from things continuing as they are. It needs for me to push. And despite 2020 being a really odd year, I did actually push myself a lot. I pushed myself online so much, starting up new groups. I started up a free journaling workshop. I've done online classes. I started Patreon. I started a new YouTube channel, this YouTube channel. I did actually do a lot considering we didn't leave the house. I didn't actually realize that until right now. So yeah, push really, really worked for me. So that's my page there, cut out bits and pieces from the kits. Then this was January. Do you know, I printed off some photos and they didn't print out very well. They went really green. Oh, we did a do-over on Holly's bedroom. I remember that. Holly's room makeover. But I decided to do them anyway. I decided to use the photos. It wasn't the end of the world that they were green. It was better than binning them and throwing them away. I don't like waste. And so I used them after all. And yeah, I documented about doing Holly's room makeover, and also starting the curly girl hair method, which I started and I'm still continuing with now. That's what I love about a journal, just documenting the everyday things. Then that kind of stopped, and then I did a little bit of journaling here. This was like junk journaling, and this was about Christmas. Christmas didn't go to plan. It was a tricky Christmas. I've got a receipt there. I've used a really lovely envelope here that a friend sent me, and I did a little letter on. This was actually like a receipt that came through with an Etsy order. So I've done some really cute stuff here. I've used up some other packaging. I was really chuffed with that. And then I made a little pocket here of our Christmas photos using some tissue paper that came with a Disney shop that we did in London. And then this is a complete art journal page. This is about my word balance, which I do talk about every now and then. This is my word for 2021. Balance. I need to improve my work-life home balance because it's always very work heavy. And I think I'm doing okay, actually. I'm doing better. I do have to remind myself every now and then. I used some vellum here that does flip up. Time management. Take time out, continue the walks, make time for the kids, date nights and family time. And actually yesterday, despite me being in the middle of kit packing with my business being the busiest time of the year, I actually took the evening off to go and visit my brother on his birthday and picked up my sister on the way. So stop saying yes to work, no to those who are close. They need you too. Isn't that a great reminder? And actually I'm doing the same tomorrow evening. It was our daughter's birthday last week. We had a disaster taking her out on her birthday. The restaurant was fully booked, understaffed, and we ended up leaving after 2.5 hours and not actually getting any food and being told it would still take an extra half an hour. And we didn't want curry at 10:30 at night, so we ended up leaving. It was really sad. So she's asked us if we want to go out for pizza tomorrow. So yes, I've said yes, and that's exactly what I've done. I've put Holly first, work second, and that's okay. That's good to do that. So yeah, this is my reminder page and it's going fine. This is my Feb page, another month of ups and downs, but always trying to focus on the ups. That was when my little nanny tested positive for COVID. We've had a rocky old year for our family so far. This year has been harder than last year, I will say that, but I always try and see the positives. I always try and stay smiling. And yeah, I think that's what I'm focusing on. But that was my page, not that particularly fancy, but it was more just getting some things down. I really liked this page. This again leads more to the junk journaling. We've got little envelopes, we've got flips, receipts, all various things, little pockets. It's about our wedding anniversary. We had McDonald's finally started delivering in our area in March. So this is when, actually, this is my first page when I started doing almost like, do you remember the old Project Life, the scrapbooking that people were doing? This was when I started doing like a journal version of that, using bits and pieces, documenting like the week. This was the 3rd to the 18th of March. I'm just basically doing just whatever I fancy. Sometimes it's a week, sometimes it's 2 weeks. So, and I'm really, really enjoying that. A complete relaxed version of Project Life. There we've got here, I've got quite a bit of journaling on there. And I bought a new duvet set, which we love. I've got some what I'm reading. So yeah, no, that's cool. And look, I've smudged my ink there. And you know, it's not the end of the world. I'm just not letting things bother me. I've got some sewing there on a leaf. So yeah, I'm really, really enjoying. Does this flip? I can't remember if this flips. Maybe it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I've stuck it. Ah, this does. Just stuck it to the page. That was my flip there. But yeah, just using odd bits and pieces. Then we've got this one. We went through a baby bell phase. We kept eating baby bells. I've used an envelope there. I quite like having stamps on display. Holly came to visit, so we've got little Holly there. And then this was a postcard that I made for my kits, and I've just added a little bit of journaling there. I really like this page. I used the, what do you call them? The downloads that I created for my patrons. I will leave the link to my Patreon below, and every month we have 2 downloads for everybody. We've got online classes, we've got live Zoom chats that we do, we've got a crafternoon coming up. There's just so much going on there. Extra videos, journaling videos, vlogs, all that kind of thing. So I'll leave that down below if you want to go and take a look. But I used the download for this one. So yeah, I was quite chuffed with that. It looks quite sweet. Then we've got this one. This was my birthday page back in March. And again, I've used another envelope here. I've got bits and pieces. I used a sweet birthday card from my sister because she never sends birthday cards, so I felt honoured. And I've got pockets here. I've got a little receipt here. This was for the fish and chips that we had on my birthday. We were still in lockdown, but we walked to go and get some, and we sat in the park. Let's pop that through. That's got stuck. So yeah, I was really happy. I took a sticker off an envelope there. I've got stamps, all kinds of things here. I really enjoyed making that page. I do have most of these as process videos as well. So if you go and take a look, they are on my channel. This was Easter Sunday. This was such a special day. We'd just come out of lockdown and we were able to visit in people's gardens. So we took the kids over to see my mum. My brother and his partner were living with my mum at the time. So we were able to all be together. And my kids hadn't actually seen my mum since it had been, this was Easter 2020. They hadn't seen her because of lockdown since Christmas 2019. So it was very special. And then we popped over to see my sister, who lives just 10 minutes down the road, and her daughter had a baby in October. So we were able to see her for the first time as well. So Easter Sunday felt so special, and the weather was so lovely. I'd gone through and used up really old stash on this page. Nothing was new, all completely old. And it just felt so good. Oh, I've got a double flip here to use up. Oh, I've lost my E. I need to stick that down to use up bits and pieces. And I've kind of let that be my goal for this year. Use up as much old stash as possible. There's my sweet baby Dolly, our little great niece. She is adorable. That's the only time we've met her, actually. Lots of video chats and things. I really like that page. I think that's really sweet. And like I said, it's using old stash. We've got more stamps there. So we've got washi tape. And then that flips. And we've got more downloads. I've got a little envelope here that I've used. That flips out. And then I've just like used quite a bit of packaging on here, actually. This is all packaging. Loads of old stash again. I've used some new stencil butter I had. I love this stencil butter. It's on my online shop. It shimmers. And it's got a nice bit of texture. I really love that. And then this flips down and this flips up. I love a flip on a page. And then that was an April Fool's that somebody shared online that I then sent to the family. So that was quite funny. I like having all the photos as well. I'm tending to do that a lot. I take, oh, we've got, oh, that was when I've got some packaging of some cream that I'd tried. And we had a chip party sent to us by friends from the States. That was really fun. But yeah, I'm using my phone a lot to help with my journaling. And I just take photos all the time so that I can just go back. Like it could be last month, I think. Right, I want to catch up with some journaling, and I can go back and I can go to my photos and see exactly where we were, what we were doing, and at what time and date. So it's really, really handy. And I use the packaging here. The tabs are all from my face cream packaging, so that was really handy. This is quite a chunky page. Oh, and then I stapled 2 pages together to put an Easter card inside. Right here, again, we've got packaging that I've used, an old Polaroid thingy. This came in one of the kits ages ago, and this was a trip to Windsor with the kids. That was really fun. I need to stick these down. These don't want to stay. That was my vaccination day, my first vaccination. We went to Windsor in the morning. This little tab here that's stapled on is actually from the toothpaste packet. I try and use everything, and I'm really enjoying doing that. But yeah, and it was when I started playing with wax melts. I keep calling them wax melts, wax seals as well. But yeah, that lifts out, and we've got more photos in there. And this is something else I quite often do, actually. I do a screenshot of the weather as well. Whether or not I'm going to use it, but if I want to journal about it, I can. So that's quite handy. That was a nice day. Yeah, and then we had my vaccination in the afternoon. This one here, this was just me talking about what's happening. This was actually from a really large, I think it's an A3 weekly planner. I'd actually found it under something when I was doing the declutter in my studio, so that was on there every day, so I cut that out. And I've used, oh, this was also on there as well, and I've used bits and pieces from my kit on this one. The tag here was actually sent to me by somebody as a gift, and this is one of my downloads, the 2021 summer bucket list. I really enjoyed making this page. That was really fun, just documenting what I would like to do this summer. So we're going to have some ticked off that list. Actually, I can see that already. This was a really fun page to make, lots going on. This one I really struggled with. I remember it just didn't feel right. You may remember me doing this one, and in the end I realized it was the pink I liked, so I added more pink, and that really pulled it together. We've got quite a few bits. I've took that in the news off, I think it was an old download that I found, a printable, and I took this from our local little magazine that comes through the door, and then I used quite a bit of that magazine on here, actually, just talking about things, and I managed to do quite a bit of journaling here as well, which is always good, and lots and lots of photos. This channel reached 1,000 followers, which was amazing. This is in May. Aid got his first jab as well. Then on to this next page. This page is definitely more of an art journal page. This was one of those moments, you know, just when you need a creative fix, and it just feels so good just to let go, not think about anything. I was using Daisy's die cuts and postcards that she kindly gifted me from My Green Cow, and I just used up various stencils. I have done this as a process video, but that will be for my Patreons in an upcoming month. I think that's next month. And I also used some pastels as well, some crayon-y pastels that were really fun. This next page, this is my most recent page, and this, I will leave the link to this. And again, I'm just using up old stash, some of Daisy's bits. I did actually film this at the start of the week, and this flip here would not stay down, so I said if I attach those clips that for a few days it would stay down, and it has. That's so cool. I'm glad about that. So yeah, I was really chuffed with this, and again, it's just so nice. No rules. Use up your stash, use some new bits, and just journal and document and have fun, because that's what it's all about. And that's the exact thing that I'm always trying to encourage everyone else to do. Don't panic about rules, relax, use up your old bits and pieces. If you want to mix old stash with new stash, that's totally fine. Just do what you want to do. It's your journal, it's not for anybody else. It's there for you, so you do what you want to do. That's the end for now. I've still got quite a lot of pages to go, but I am loving this. I'm loving doing whatever I fancy, mixing up a bit of art journaling with a bit of regular journaling, using old stash, new stash, using junk. I'm just doing whatever I want to do, and it feels amazing. I absolutely love this journal. I really hope you've enjoyed this mini flip through today, just seeing what I've got up to so far in my Freedom Journal. Let me know if you have a mix of everything, or do you like to keep your journals separate? This wasn't my intention for this journal. It's just kind of evolved, and I've let it evolve. Again, it goes with the whole no rules thing, which really suits me. I don't let anything hold me back, and I don't want anything to hold you back either. Don't let any rules or any worries or concerns stop you from creating and enjoying it. That's what's so important. You know, that should be a rule in itself, actually, just to have fun. That should be your #1 rule. So I really hope you've enjoyed this today. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on Monday with a new journaling video. Take care. Bye.